you? I know I have not done a live with Ashley. You see my face. I'm trying to look at which way to look in the camera. I think the camera's here because I'm on my phone. Anyway, I just want to thank those who have continued to come and watch my videos. The last two videos that I did, they were with me on other people's show. So, sometimes the topic gets a little feisty or spicy, and I have no control of that. Rotate device. Hold on. I think that's better. I had it this way, and I'm moving all over the place. Okay, let me just take that off. I think that'll work. Okay, so am I the right side up? I think I am. Hey, family, thank you so much for following me and supporting me. My name is Shirley Husar, and you are watching the Shirley Husar Show. So I have been very busy because I've been putting a lot of time into real estate. I've been putting a lot of time into my caltexashomes.com. And I just wanted to say I appreciate each one of you guys for watching me on a consistent basis, who are wondering, how are you doing? Are you okay? I always have my avatar, and I am a real person. So I just wanted to say hi and shout out to you, kind of just say what's up. Some of the topics that I've been looking at lately, and I've been putting a lot of time on the topics, is the whipping of the Negroes with the Border Patrol. Now, it's interesting how they will not go after illegals from El Salvador, Guadalajara, Mexico, China, Pakistan. They all come through the borders of Mexico. But when a black person of African descent or what were they, Haitian? What were they? Somebody let me know in the chat room. When they came in, I thought it was kind of interesting that they did not use whips on them, but they used them on us. And I find politicians to be hypocritical. And let me explain this. If you are an elected official, let's say like Maxine Waters, who sits back and says she's appalled at seeing people being whipped, but you are the lawmaker, ma'am, you're the lawmaker. You're the one that put this man in position. That's why Biden's in position, because of people like you who sit back and patronize as if you are one of us. You're not one of us. You are who you are. So I guess my question would be to you, to ask you guys, what's your thought on that? I really want to know your thought on, do you think it's right that people use whips? They're illegal. They're illegal. They need to make a decision on coming here for an opportunity the right way. If they're not going to come the right way, then they need to be deported. So that's how I feel on that. Next topic, I was going to tell you I've been doing. What have I been doing lately? Just hanging out with my family, trying to do good things and right things. I'm happening to be I'm in Houston today. I'll be back in Cali. I go back and forth. And I love you guys. I love the energy that's out there. Many of you guys are making a difference. You're having a voice at the table. The conversations that we've had privately with people, I told them if they're upset over issues in their community, what did I tell you to do? What you need to do is hold elected officials accountable. You need to know who your senator is, your congressman is. You need to know who are these people running. Larry Elder's lost. And Gavin Newsom won, which I kind of told a lot of people privately. I said, I don't think Gavin Newsom's going to get out because he's Nancy Pelosi's nephew. And I think the whole thing is rigged. So we're dealing with a lot of rigged campaigns in California, right? So what is the solution? Solution is save yourself. I've told y'all that before. Go back and watch my videos where I talk about the 3 little pigs. It's going to sound crazy. The first pig is on Section 8 welfare and WIC. The second pig, that's a straw pig. The second pig is a stick, and his house is made of stick. He's renting. He's been renting for decades. He's in the rat race. He has a job, but he does not own what he's in. The third pig has a brick house. You need to be like the 3 little pigs, but the one with the brick house. You need to find you some land. You need to find you a house that you own. Now, if we talk about economics, the EDD ended this month, right? So they have still continued to make a decision to push the stimulus packet out. So they have not started the moratoriums and the foreclosures. Stop the moratoriums. They haven't started the foreclosures or the NODs. The NOD means the notice of default. So if you got a notice of default that you've been told to put out, they can't push you out right now. If you've been given notice that, you can still rent and not make any payment, they're legally not supposed to put you out right now. But once they start that process, then you will see a shift in the real estate market and in the housing market. I believe that this will be the worst in U.S. history for a long time. And the reason I say that it's going to be worse than Obama because you're telling people not to make any payments and you're telling people they don't have to go back to work. And then when you tell them to go back to work, you're paying them less to go back to work than they can to receive EDD. But the EDD got cut off, and there are people asking for extensions of the EDD. So that's a kind of a twister. But going back to the notice of defaults, if you are in doing a notice of default and you realize that you have a notice of default and you've been getting that money, you need to have a plan of action. Now, if you're renting, go online. There are renter programs per state, per city that will assist you on getting caught up on back rent. I don't want you to get panic in these times. I want you to think thorough. I want you to start talking to people that can add value and thoughts to your plan. So the first thing is you're doing, if you know a friend, and then you know them folks ain't been paying nothing, and they're getting ready to get kicked out. Before they get kicked out, there are rental assistance programs through the federal government, and I'm holding my phone. I can't give you the websites and stuff. You're going to have to look this up. And there's rental assistance per state, per city. I know if you're in Studio City of California, they will work with your landlord and bring you up to par. If you can come up with at least 25% of, let's say you haven't paid for 8 months or 12 months, they will work with you as well, I've been told. But I need you to do your due diligence in that. If you are behind in your mortgage and you need assistance, then go to caltexashomes.com. And you can find that if you go online, give me your email, tell me your story, and I will personally work with you if you're behind or you find out you just don't want to stay, let's say, in California anymore. Right now, because of Gavin Newsom, a lot of people are like, it's a wrap, I'm out of here. So I'm getting a lot of people that want to move, and I get you the highest value, and I can move you out of states. Some of the states that are offered, one of my favorite one is Texas, because Texas, listen, you don't pay any income tax. And if you're a veteran, you don't pay any property tax. A lot of people are moving towards, Florida, Ohio, Nashville, and another one that's popular is Georgia. So you've got to find out where you could buy and own some land. If you are not mad at the South, I can get you some stuff in Alabama and Arkansas really cheap. You need to be ownership of something. Get control of your life. If we go through the Three Little Pigs story, my encouragement to you is get control of something as far as tangible goods. Get out of the rent mentality. Get out of the laid back mentality. You have to be proactive and not reactive to this monger situation that we're all around because of the climate, because of COVID, because of what could happen during the wintertime. They could shut us down just like they did at the beginning of COVID. They're saying there's a new trade, a new whatever that's going on out there. You guys need to be prepared. Don't sit back and be lollygag about this. And when you have friends who don't listen to you, look, I believe in reciprocity. And if that person's not adding value to your life, that person's whining about life, and you're giving them all kind of great advice, and they still don't want to listen, honey, cut that folk off, okay? I'm going to say cut that Negro off. But if he ain't black, because I know all my friends are black. But if he's not black, then just cut that person off, honey, and let them go, because they ain't adding no value to your life. You want to be with people that add value, that are taking you to the next level, and or at least have an open mindset of understanding what is the next step. I've said before, go follow Peter Schiff. He's a financial economist. He's going to talk about gold. He's going to talk about where the market is. He's going to give you current status of where the federal government is, where foreign trade is going, where the DOJ is going. He's going to put you on point with that. Follow Ken McElroy. Ken McElroy does real estate. So if you've never owned any real estate and you want to understand the difference between getting out of the rat race, that's Kiyosaki's Rat Race, make sure you read that book, which is Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Make sure you read that book and play the game. You can go online to go to richdad.com, richdad.com, I think that's it. And then look it up, and then play the board game online. Practice how to get yourself financially out of the situation you're in. We all need to have a little cash in the bank, and we all need to move forward financially and emotionally through what we're going through. But if you find people that doesn't get it, and they question your ethics and they question your questioning of any administration, if it's local, state, or federal, then my advice to you is to get away from them. I want to see us all succeed. I want to see us all do well. I want to see us all have a vision and a purpose in life. But many times we get around people who are not kindred spirits, who do not add value, who don't even have people to correlate to talk to. Because you go, I don't know who to talk to about this, or whatever you're going through, spiritually, physically, or financially. If you get frustrated mentally, my favorite minister is Joseph Prince, Prince Joseph. I love watching him on YouTube. And you can go on YouTube also, and they have those night sleep videos. You could be watching those, are the ones that read scripture to you. Food, water, and shelter. That's what you need to focus on. God, family, and country. That's what you need to focus on. Anything else, it's irrelevant. You have to get yourself together for whatever that may come down the road, because they still have not released the Kraken. They still have not released the dragon. What's the dragon, Shirley? The dragon is when they finally said you people have to make payments, and lifting that moratorium and making you have to either pay your mortgage or pay your house note. And if you've been racking and stacking up on all this money, then you need to maybe collaborate with another family member and buy a duplex and live together. Say, you know how much you got? Come on, let's be honest. And if they won't exchange numbers, then you need to cut them loose. I don't care if they're blood, okay? Because blood sometimes don't add value to the table. You got a table you trying to stand on. You trying to add value to your life. You trying to move forward. You trying to think straight, and they gonna derail you with some bull crap. And you watching shows and YouTubes and stuff that just don't cut it. So when you sit down with somebody and say, well, what can you bring to the table? They say, I'd like to maybe get a place, if it's in the South or even wherever I live at, and you guys can collaborate, right? You can collaborate. You can do a barter system. I've spoken of this before. If you know someone with the same talent or a different talent, maybe you could exchange and save money that way. But we are going through a major economic transformation where you see in this country, they care for everybody else. Do you know that the people from Afghanistan, they're giving them housing and they're giving them food, but yet you got black people homeless in this country, and the black people aren't outraged about it. I don't know why we allow ourselves to be put last on the list, and that's a problem for me. Why are we last on the list when we shouldn't be last on the list? We should be first on the list. But if we don't get past the party issues, let's forget the parties that we're at. Just ask Charlie. Thank you so much. TGIF, awesome. Thank you for chiming in. If we don't get past the parties, let's forget Republican and Democrat. And we don't realize that we are in an economic platform where we need to make some re-evaluations personally and family-wise, then we're not going to get ahead. You don't need to be a one-man show, but if you're acting as that, you're going to be marginalized. Let me say it again. If you're acting as a one-man show in your situation and you're not talking to people, you're not interacting with the people that have something on the table, then you're going to marginalize yourself. If you're the smartest person in the room, you walk in, I'm the HINC, I'm somebody big here. But they are not adding any value. You're just the one talking, trying to act like you showboating. You ain't going nowhere. You have to find people who are either kindred spirits, or you find people that can elevate you in your thought and your mindset. And get quiet. Ask God to show you how to move forward. I don't know if Migoim, our people are so beaten down. We are beaten down. But we always get back up, right? We've been beaten down since slavery. So the beat down is one thing. It's how you recuperate and come after it, right? It's not how you got beat down. It's how do you deal with it? How do you structure yourself? What is your plan of action? Another thing I would encourage you to do is sit with a piece of paper and write what is good for you and what is not good for you. And then do affirmations. Look in the mirror and say, I'm smart, I'm intelligent, I'm confident. I can do all things through Christ. Greater is he that's in me than he that's in the world. I am an accomplished person. I can get over any threshold that comes my way. I will watch how I spend my time and my energy when it comes to social media, and I will find more quiet time for me and God. You have to get that balance. And if you did a little bit of that every morning and a little bit of afternoon, your life will have a better settlement, because we are in some rocky boats. And yes, we do get beat down, but we can't focus on the beating. We have to focus on the elevation of that. And we do that through confirmation and affirmation. I'm a Christian, so every night my goal is to take communion. And I take a little piece of bread and I drink water because I don't want my blood pressure up because of drinking sugar every night. And I just take communion and I pray and I say, thank you, God, that this is the body of Christ, broken for your transgression, bruised for iniquities, for by his stripes I'm healed. And I take that communion and then I drink that water and I thank you, Lord, for the blood of Christ that is cleansing my body and cleansing my soul and my mind and getting me prepared for the next day. The affirmations and the confirmations ain't gonna come from nobody. Ain't nobody gonna speak good to you. Ain't nobody gonna be nice to you. And if you get those people, they are a diamond in the rough. But don't lean to other people and their understanding. Lean to God and lean to the values that you have within yourself. Look at the financial situation you're in for yourself. Look, interest rates are real low. And if you decide to invest in real estate to buy a house or just buying real estate to get cash flow, meaning that you look at maybe a 2 little units or 1 unit and you take that money and invest the money that you have and then let it bring money back to you. But keep in mind, I think there's a problem with the Dow. And I think that you're going to have a problem with the American dollar because it's going on the downswing. How you going to keep giving all these people out money and how are we going to recuperate from it? If they gonna give the people from Afghanistan over $2,500 to $2,300 to $2,500 per family, but then American families are getting ready to get cut off because of EDD, do you think that's fair? You're gonna give these people housing and you can't house the people that you already have on the streets of LA and in Detroit and Chicago and downtown Austin, Texas? You're not gonna help them people, but you're gonna help yourself? We're not outraged enough, my family. We do not speak on these matters with a plan of execution. It's enough to let your emotions be on the table. It's another thing to have a plan to execute to resolve those emotions. And if you don't have those emotions with a plan on the table, everything else is obsolete. It doesn't matter. Absolutely. It doesn't matter because nothing's going to get done. You're not enough to them to be a threat or to be something of importance if you don't sit back and have a plan of action to what is going on in this country and in your home and to your neighbor. And if you see your neighbors getting ready to be put out, I don't know about you, but I go in LA and I'm just kind of like shocked. I'll drive through the city and I go, oh my God, it's a whole bunch of furniture, honey. They take those people's furniture and they put it right on the corner. It's crazy. They put the furniture on the corner and they just tell those people, you got to get out tomorrow. And everybody's in a state of shock. And even though it's not happening to you, that energy is still out there, right? Because remember, I talk about energy distribution. Watch your energy and watch your surrounding. The plan of action is very clear. We are still in a pandemic. We are still under an administration that believes in socialism, so they're going to help everybody else except us. And you need to save yourself. You need to have a plan for yourself. And when you do, you wake up every morning, you go to bed every night saying, I'm good. I've prayed, I plan, I have a structure, I have an agenda, and you'll be like very happy that you are on point and where you want to be in life. But if you don't have that plan of action and you don't know how to execute, you're going to have a problem. So like I said, there's other people who definitely have agendas that are on top of their game. I mentioned Eric Coffey. I haven't done a video with him yet, but look up Eric Coffey. I think it's Coffin, Coffee or EI, no, Coffin. He is connected with a lot of governmental programs that talks about set-asides, how to set money aside, how to get that money, how the ways to get governmental contracts. We need to do those things because what we're finding is that they're giving all these programs to foreign people and they're saying that they're minorities. Well, what about us? We need to take advantage of those set-asides. Go to sam.gov and see what's available and get yourself prepared for January because January is when they're going to release a lot of money out. And we are already moving into October. So I'm trying to prep those who are out there who have a business idea or a concept, make that real. So anyway, I have to go. I have dinner date. But I just wanted to come on and say hi. And I love you and I appreciate you guys for following me. Please make sure you leave comments below. Tell me what you want to talk about. I am going to go back and talk about the economic platforms of Black communities and immigration, and how it's suppressing us and keeping us down. Thank you so much, Jess. Aschar, thank you for sharing. I have no problem sharing. I love you guys. I want you to be uplifted. I know sometimes I go on these channels and all they do, black men just beat up black women and black women beating up black men. That kind of gets old. And I think that what we need to do is uplift each other and come up with concepts, ideas, and opportunities. And then from there, we can look at it and say, I like that idea. Let's do it. Okay. So anyway, they're saying, am I ready? I'm ready. I hope that you're ready. And let's keep in touch. Follow me on Facebook and on Instagram. And I'll talk to you guys soon. Good night.